Is personal development actually ruining your life? Think about it. Constantly chasing goals, from losing weight to boosting your finances. Even your self-care days seem like they must have a purpose. If every day is a relentless pursuit of improvement, it might be time to stop and reconsider. Hey everyone, I'm Rose Colburn, and in this video, we're exploring the dark truth about self-improvement. We'll explore the pitfalls of constant self-improvement and discover healthy alternatives that are both healthy and sustainable. But first, let's talk about the specific issues with this never-ending cycle of self-improvement. Have you ever felt like you're on a treadmill constantly running towards improving yourself, but never reaching a point of satisfaction? Well, you're not alone. When I was a recently single mom raising 5 kids, I embarked on a no-holds-barred approach to self-improvement. During my marriage, my ex-husband's relentless criticism left me feeling like I couldn't do anything right. His harsh words echoed in my mind long after our divorce, driving me to pursue perfection in every aspect of life, from a spotless house, perfectly cooked meals, perfect parenting, and achieving financial stability all by myself. It might have looked like I had it all together and that I was thriving as a single mom, but my pursuit of perfection came at a price. It started with a persistent cough in August, which by October had escalated to the point where it was difficult to breathe. My college professors banned me from attending classes due to health concerns, and after visiting urgent care, the doctor gave me a diagnosis of pneumonia, and he strongly recommended that I be hospitalized. But I was stubborn and I refused. Instead, I continued on the same path as juggling work and school and motherhood, and my health continued to deteriorate. Despite going back to the doctor multiple different times, different medications changed, I continued to get worse instead of getting better. By early December, my doctor delivered an ultimatum. Either reduce your load of classes at college, quit your job, and spend some time resting at home, or you're just not going to be around to see your kids grow up. The issue here is clear. The endless pursuit of growth can lead to burnout, as well as a deep sense of feeling inadequate. And what's ironic is it can also give us a feeling of stagnation instead of empowering us. It's paralyzing. Why? Because there's always one more goal, one more improvement, one more area of our life that we feel needs to be fixed, leaving us trapped in an endless cycle of never being happy with ourselves. So often our expectations of self-improvement get in the way of setting those goals in the first place. So the real question is, how can we set ambitious goals without losing ourselves in the process? And the answer lies in taking intentional breaks. It's not just about scheduling rest, but making it as important as any meeting, any workout, any other thing on your to-do list. But it's also about balance, taking the time to balance breaks and rest with all of the stuff that you have to do. And it's just as essential to your well-being. But when we place limitations on what we can do with our rest times, then it becomes another task on our to-do list instead of an actual break. You see, even when we schedule time off, we sometimes fill it with activities that, although they might seem restful, are just more items on our never-ending self-improvement list. It's a cycle that can leave us feeling even more drained than we were before taking a break. But what if there was a way to break that cycle? What if the key isn't just taking time off, but reshaping our whole approach to self-improvement? To do that, we have to look at the pitfalls of self-improvement that are causing us to fall into this endless trap into the first place, so we can break free, so we can truly find ways to pursue self-improvement while at the same time giving ourselves room to breathe and relax and enjoy just being ourselves. So let's take a look at these pitfalls, and then I'll show you a healthy alternative. When you're trying to work on your goal of self-improvement, do you ever feel like you're throwing darts in the dark? Like you're hoping you'll hit that target, hoping whatever it is that you're doing will actually achieve the goal that you have in mind. That's kind of what I was doing when I was trying to improve every area of my life to be perfect. I felt like I couldn't do anything right, and so I jumped into a state of constant motion, redefining everything about myself. This chaotic drive towards self-improvement, it wasn't about personal growth for me. It wasn't about what I wanted. It was simply a reaction to the abuse and the criticism that I'd suffered from my ex-husband. I never took time to consider my well-being and what I wanted to improve. Everything I was doing was just because of what I'd been told about myself. The first pitfall of self-improvement is a lack of strategy. The lack of a strategic approach can severely hinder our personal growth, but also the effectiveness of any effort aimed at self-improvement. Instead of creating a strategy of self-improvement to nurture my personal growth, I was just desperately trying to silence the echoes of criticism that just wouldn't go away. Because I had no strategy, my self-improvement efforts didn't align with my personal values, my personal desires. There was no plan, no target in mind. I was just taking a shot in the dark, just hoping that whatever I was doing was going to hit some target. When actions are not aligned with an overarching plan, it leads to inconsistent efforts and sporadic results, which can be demotivating. Also, without the clear target and a plan, resources like time, energy, money, they can all be misused and wasted. A well-defined strategy allows you to set clear objectives. It helps you prioritize your actions and align your efforts with your core values, with your goals. Every step that's taken is a deliberate step, and it builds towards the desired outcome. Now, having a strategy is crucial, but it's only the beginning. A solid plan isn't just about setting goals, it's about creating the roadmap that outlines how to achieve those goals systematically and sustainably. After I moved past all the incessant criticism that was going through my head from my ex and the initial burnout that I suffered from my health, I shifted my approach to self-improvement. I started creating specific strategies for what I wanted to achieve and to make plans for how to reach them. Now, over the years, I have set a lot of goals like managing my time better, controlling my temper, increasing my productivity, boosting my confidence, practicing mindfulness, losing weight, managing stress, increasing my income, among a whole lot of others. However, setting those goals and creating the plans is always the easy part. The real challenge is the execution. And that brings us to the second pitfall of self-improvement, which is a lack of action. While creating the strategy is crucial, the actual growth comes from action. It's not about how many self-help books that you've read or how many online courses that you sign up for. It's about how you apply that knowledge to your life. True progress is measured by the steps that you take, not the plans that you make. There's often a disconnect between planning and taking action. Many of us excel in the planning phase, and we get excited and motivated by the process of setting goals. But when it comes time to actually take action to accomplish those goals, things don't go so well. We get stuck by our inability to take the steps necessary to complete our goals. This gap between intention and action can stall our progress. True progress is not about how detailed our plans are, but how effectively we act on them. It's about transforming abstract ideas into concrete steps and actions that lead to real change. Action is where the magic happens. But even with a strategy and action, there's a third pitfall that can undermine your self-improvement efforts. How do you make sure that you're not just moving, but actually progressing? I have been my own worst critic. I move from one self-improvement goal to the other in no time at all. And in some areas of my life, I'd make some progress, maybe not quite reaching the goal I'd set, but some progress. The problem comes from the fact that I was never really happy with any amount of improvement that I'd make. And there was always something else that I didn't like and felt that needed to be changed. Take my hair, for example. I have constantly criticized its style, its color, its texture, its length. I've just never been happy with any look. I've spent countless hours just watching YouTube trying to fix what I thought were flaws. When I was a child, my parents and my babysitters, they always complained about my hair. It's fine, it's thin, it's unmanageable, it's got too many flyaways, it doesn't stay put. That's what I kept hearing over and over again. So I was just recently complaining to my new stylist about my hair, but she had something different to say about it. She says, yeah, it's got a bit of a finer texture, but it's actually thick and healthy. And there's no reason that I can't create a style that's not only beautiful, but actually easy to take care of as well. This leads to what I call the dark truth about self-improvement, the lack of appreciation. Our relentless drive to improve, to be perfect, to have more, blinds us to what we already have. This pitfall can manifest in a lot of different ways, from wanting an hourglass figure when your body shape is just naturally different, or wishing you were more athletic, instead of appreciating how easy it is for you to study and learn and understand complex subjects. Recognizing and appreciating our current state is as important as trying to reach the next goal. By focusing solely on what we want to change or achieve, we can end up in a perpetual state of dissatisfaction, where our achievements and our positive attributes are perpetually overshadowed by unmet goals, unattainable ideas, and striving for perfection. This mindset not only diminishes our happiness, but it can also stifle our overall progress as we become blinded to the real strength and the resources that we already possess. So what's the alternative? What can we do to ensure we don't fall into the pitfalls of the endless cycle of self-improvement? I think to answer that, we can look to nature. Every year, Mother Nature herself elegantly demonstrates a balanced cycle of growth and rest, and we can mirror this rhythm in our own self-improvement journey. Think of spring as nature's planting stage. It's a time of preparation and new beginnings. It invites us to plant the seeds of new projects and goals. For us, it's a time to set our intentions, identify new goals, or renew some of our old ones with small, manageable steps that inspire us to take action. This is the season that feels fresh and invigorating, much like the first warm days of spring. Summer shows up with its vibrant energy and its drive towards action. Nature's at its peak with its long days of growth and action. When we're at this stage of our self-improvement goal, the energy is high, and it's the perfect time to take advantage of all that energy and tackle the steps and the actions that will lead us to the results that we want to achieve. Fall arrives and sets a new pace, As Mother Nature starts to slow down, leaves turn colors, the harvest comes in. In our journey, this is when we start to wrap up our efforts and prepare to take a step back. Reflect on the progress that we've made. Finally, winter rolls in. It's a season for rest, reflection, and appreciation of what's been accomplished. Nature takes a break, and we should too. It's important for us to rest from our relentless pursuit of improvement, to truly appreciate and evaluate our achievements. It's time to rest, recharge, and assess what's worked and what needed to be adjusted. For Mother Nature, the cycle from planning to rest takes an entire year. But our self-improvement cycles can be more flexible. They can range from a few weeks to a few months. By taking cues from Mother Nature and aligning our self-improvement efforts with its natural cycles, we can create a balanced and sustainable approach to personal growth. This strategy encourages continued progress while ensuring we take the time, take a necessary break, and appreciate and reflect on our journey. It liberates us from the common pitfalls of self-improvement and lays a solid foundation for meaningful growth. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.